Hello everyone and welcome to our educational presentation. My name is Paul Arsov and I'm the founder of the Decentralized Web project. The topic of our educational event today is gamification, everywhere, every day and of everything. This is part one of four series presentation. And the presentation is touching on the topic of psychology, on the topic of human behavior, and a little bit about marketing and business. But the underlying question of this four series presentation is why everything is becoming a game. And in our first part of this presentation, we're going to talk about the pursuit of happiness. For years, some of the world's sharpest minds, they have been quietly turning your life into a series of games, not merely to amuse you, but because they realized that this is the easiest way to make you do what they want you to do. And the way to do it is to make it fun. To escape their control, we must understand the creeping phenomena of gamification and how it makes you act against your own interests. There's a story that encompasses a couple who replaced their real baby with a fake one. A statistician whose obsession caused the U.S. the Vietnam War, the apparent absence of extraterrestrial life, and the biggest FBI investigation in the 20th century. But we begin with some mild-mannered psychologist who studied pigeons in Harvard, and he did this in late 1930s. So a psychologist called B.F. Skinner believed environment determines behavior, and a person could therefore be controlled simply by controlling their environment. He began testing this theory known as behaviorism, mainly on pigeons. For these experiments, he developed the Skinner box, a cage with food dispenser controlled by a sensor or a button. And Skinner's goal was to make his pigeons peck the button as many times as possible. From his experiments, he made three discoveries. The first one is the pigeon pecked most often when doing so yielded immediate rather than delayed reward. Second, the pigeon picked most often when it revealed them randomly rather than every time. And Skinner's third discovery occurred when he noticed the pigeon continued to peck even though they continued to peck the button long after the food dispenser was empty, providing that could hear a click of this dispenser. He realized that the pigeon had become conditioned to associate the click with food, and now valued the click as a reward in itself. Um, this led him, psychologist called Skinner, to propose two kinds of rewards, primary and conditioned reinforcers. A primary reinforcer is something we are born to desire. A conditional reinforcer is something we learn to desire due to association with the primary enforcer. Skinner found that conditioned reinforcers were generally more effective in shaping behavior, because while our biological need for the primary reinforcer is easily satisfiable, our abstract desire for conditional reinforcer isn't. The pigeons would stop seeking food once their bellies were full, but they would take far longer to get tired of hearing the food dispenser click. Skinner's three insights: immediate rewards work better than delayed, unpredictable rewards work better than fixed and conditional rewards, and conditioned rewards work better than primary. These three things were found to also apply to humans, and in the 20th century they would be used by businesses to shape consumer behavior. For example, from frequent flyer loyalty points to mystery toys in McDonald's Happy Meals, purchases turned into games, spurring consumers to purchase more and more. Some people began to consider whether games could be used to make people do other things. In the 1970s, the American management consultant Charles Conrad wondered why people work harder at games they pay to play rather than at work they're paid to do. Skinner, Conrad saw that a defining feature of compelling games was immediate reinforcement. Most of the feedback loops in employment, from salary payment to annual performance appraisals and bonuses, were tortuously long, very, very long. So Conrad proposed shortening them by introducing daily targets, point systems, and leaderboards. These conditioned reinforcers would transform work from a series of monthly slogs into daily status games in which employees competed to fulfill the company goals. In the 21st century, advances in technology made it easy to add game mechanics to almost any activity, and a new term called gamification became a buzzword in Silicon Valley. In 2008, business consultants were giving presentations about leveraging fun to shape behavior, while futurists gave TED Talks speculating on the social implication of gamified world. Um, Underpinning every speech was a single momentous question. If gamification could make people buy more stuff and work more hours, what else could it be used to make people do? Um, the tone was generally utopian because back then gamification seemed to be mostly a force for good. In 2007, for instance, the online word quiz Free Rice gamified famine relief for every correct answer. Um, like for every correct answer, 10 grains of rice were given to the United Nations World Food Program. Within 6 months, it had already given away over 20 billion grains of rice. Meanwhile, a software as service company had gamified going green. It turned eco-friendliness into a contest showing every person how much energy they were using compared with their neighbors, and displaying a leaderboard on of the top 10 list least wasteful in energy. This app since saved over $3 billion worth of energy. And then there was a folded game developed by the University of Washington biochemists, which would who they struggled for about 15 years to discern the structure of AIDS virus protein. They reasoned that if they turned the search into a game, someone might do what they couldn't. It took gamers just 10 days to do what the scientists struggled for 15 years. Even established corporations saw gamification potential. In 2008, Volkswagen debuted a campaign called the Fun Theory, based on the idea that fun is the easiest way to change people's behavior for better. Piano stairs were installed on Stockholm rail station to encourage people to use them instead of the escalator, leading to about 66% increased use in these specific stairs. Volkswagen also tried to gamify gamification itself, creating a contest for good game ideas. The winning idea was a speed can lottery where people who kept to the speed limit would be entered into a prize draw um, founded by speed fines. It all seemed to so simple. If we could only create the right games, we could make humanity um, um, like better, greener, kinder, or smarter. We could repopulate forests and even cure cancers simply by making it fun. Unfortunately, this didn't happen. Instead, gamification took a less wholesome route. We humans are leaders to um, like we're harder to manipulate than pigeons, but we can be manipulated in many more ways because we have a wider spectrum of needs and much bigger intelligence potential. Pigeons don't care much about respect, but for us it is a primary reinforcer to such extent that we can be made to desire um, arbitrary sounds that became associated with it to like praise and applause. Um, Respect is so important to humans that it is a key reason we evolved to play games. Um, like there's a book called The Status Game, and it charted the rise of game playing in different cultures and found that games have historically functioned to organize society into hierarchies of com- um, competence, with score acting as a conditional reinforcer of status. In other words, all games descended from status games. The association between score and status has grown so strong in our minds that, like pigeons pecking the button long after the food dispenser has stopped dispensing, we will um, chase scores long after everyone else stopped watching. And so-called Facebook likes, which were added in 2009, they quickly became a proxy for status and score to compete for. People now had social stake at posting content. Hitting send became like activating a slot machine, um, initiating an excitingly uncertain outcome. The post might go completely unnoticed or might hit the jackpot and go viral, um, awarding the coveted prize of respect and fame to a person. Um, Other social media platforms followed, leveraging Skinner's three laws to maximize button packing. They offered immediate reinforcement in form of instant notifications, conditional conditioned reinforcement in form of likes and followers, and unpredictable reinforcement that varied with each post and each refresh of page. These features turned social media into the world's most addictive status game. And thus, just as pigeons made to chase clicks, so eventually were we. But this was just the beginning. Many in the managerial class saw the success of social media and wondered how they would use gamification for their own ends. The Chinese Communist Party was among the first to apply the principles of social media to real world. In several towns and cities, it began um, trialing social credit schemes that assign citizens a level of clout based on how well they're behaving. In some areas, such as Hangzhou, there are public signs that display leaderboards of the highest scoring citizens. The lowest scoring citizens may be punished with credit blacklists or throttled uh, internet speeds. Meanwhile, in the West, gamification is used to make people obey corporations. Employees of Amazon and Disneyland are um, electronic they use electronic tracking to keep a score of employees' work rates, often displaying them for all to see. Uh, those who place high on the leaderboard can win prizes like virtual pets, for example, and those who fall below the minimum rate may be financially penalized. Game features um, are even more pervasive in the digital world. In a little over a year, the Chinese shipping app called Temu has exploited in it exploded in popularity thanks to its play to pay like model. As users browse deals, they're presented with puzzles to solve, roulette wheels to spin, and challenges to complete, which would reward them with credit and special offers. Unsurprisingly, users now spend about twice as much time on Temu than on Amazon. Gamification has also transformed dating apps, like for example, Zoosk works like a typical role-playing game where you generally accumulate experience points, which would unlock new abilities, such as simulated virtual gifts to send the prospective dates. Meanwhile, on Tinder, you can purchase various level ups, for example, boosts, super likes, and rewinds that increase your chances of winning and compel you to keep playing to get your money's worth. And if you have no luck in on the dating app, there's always AI girlfriends to play with. Um, Apps like iGirl and Replica award users points for their commitment, which can be used to level up their virtual lovers into a version that is more intimate. Uh, there only These are only few examples. Almost every kind of app, from individual apps to uh, taxi cab apps to stock trading apps, now employ game mechanics like points, badges, levels, streaks, progress, and leaderboards. Their ubiquity attests to their success in hooking people into their specific offer. Gamification once promised to create a better society, but now is used to mainly addict people to apps. The gamifiers like Skinner's pigeons prioritize immediate rewards over delayed ones. So they gamified their next financial quarter and not for the future of civilization. So where does it lead? Um, what is the end game? And with these questions, we are ending part one of this presentation. As I mentioned in the very beginning of this presentation, my name is Paul Arsov. I'm the founder of the Decentralized Web project, and I can tell you a little bit about our project. We did recently released NFT marketplace and a collection of NFTs. And what is interesting, unique, and special about our NFTs is that they're based on three-dimensional objects. These three-dimensional objects, they have special software, and we did develop a 3D software engine which can open a window, it can load the three-dimensional object, and it can start animating this three-dimensional object in a way of moving it in a random fashion around this window. There are multiple additional capabilities of our 3D NFTs, and the first additional capability is the capability of speaking. Our 3D NFTs can speak either in a male voice or in a female voice or in a whisper kind of a voice. In addition to the three basic voices, there are three different flavors of voices. The 3D NFTs can speak in normal speed or in a fast speed or in a slow speed manner. If we take, for example, a male voice and it is spoken in a slow speed manner, then this voice can come as the voice of a very masculine person or the voice of an old person. And if, for example, we take a female voice and it is spoken with a fast speed, then this voice can come as the voice of a little girl or the voice of a funny person. The next additional and important capability is the capability of voice recognition. Our 3D NFTs can recognize voice commands, and for example, if we have a 3D NFT moving around the screen in a random fashion, we can issue our very first voice command to the 3D NFT to stop moving. And the 3D NFT is going to stand still and stop moving. We can issue following commands to the 3D NFT to move left, move right, move up, move down, zoom in, zoom out, rotate. And then the 3D NFT is going to fulfill each one of these separate voice commands and move left, then move right, move up, then move down, come closer, zoom in, go further away, zoom out, and start rotating. The next important capability of our 3D NFTs is of them having a basic artificial intelligence capability. You can ask the 3D NFT, who are you? And then the 3D NFT is going to reply in few sentences of who they are. You can ask the 3D NFT, what is your name? And the 3D NFT is going to reply with their name. You can ask the 3D NFT to describe something. For example, describe Web3, or describe decentralization, or describe Russia. And then the 3D NFT is going to reply in a few sentences about Web3 or about decentralization or about the country called Russia. The next and last important capability of our 3D NFTs is the capability of projecting them in a way of stereoscopics. What stereoscopics means is that part of the 3D NFT is going to be displayed in red or reddish colors, and another part of the 3D NFT is going to be displayed in blue or bluish colors. And you can go to our 3D NFT marketplace, and this is the time to tell you the name and the URL of our 3D NFT marketplace. It is 3dnft.decentralizedweb.org. 3D NFT is typed in a way of the number 3 followed by the letter D followed by 3 other letters NFT. 3D NFT. Then there is dot, then there are two words which are all together, decentralized and web. Decentralized web dot and it ends with org. 3dnft.decentralizedweb.org. In our 3D NFT marketplace, you're going to find a link to accessories, and when you click on this link, you're going to see that we are offering special glasses. You can order, click and order these glasses, and when you receive these glasses, you're going to see that one lens of these glasses is red and the other lens of these glasses is blue. Then you can put these glasses on. You can request displaying of the 3D NFT in a way of stereoscopics, and then you're going to see the 3D NFT as coming out of the flat two-dimensional computer screen, and you're going to see it in real 3 dimensions. So this is the last capability of our 3D NFTs, and I like to mention a little bit also about our NFT marketplace. In our NFT marketplace, we have our own blockchain instance, which actually runs Ethereum software, and this is the same software which runs Ethereum mainnet. It runs Polygon Matic, it runs Avalanche AVAX, and it runs multiple other big and important blockchains. So what is different between our blockchains and all of these big and popular blockchains is the blockchain network ID. For example, Ethereum mainnet network ID is 1, um, like, and our network ID is 124. Um, like by using our own blockchain instance, we do not charge our users for gas fees for deployments of the smart contracts for the non-fungible tokens, and we do not charge our users for transactions of transfer of ownership from one user to another user. Other thing I like to mention for our NFT marketplace is unlike ordinary NFT marketplaces, which offer like buying and selling of NFTs in a single crypto coins. We have a choice of multiple crypto coins, and currently the choices are four. They include buying and selling with either Solana Sol or Polygon Matic or Avalanche Avax or Qcoin, which is a big centralized crypto exchange. They have a coin called KCS. In addition to buying and selling in crypto, we have a second parallel and independent way of buying and selling of our 3D NFTs, and it is done directly in fiat currency. You can use your debit or credit card to buy our 3D NFTs with your national fiat currency. And if you put the 3D NFT you purchased for sale and somebody else do buy this 3D NFT, then you can receive the proceedings from the sale of this 3D NFT in your bank account and in your national fiat currency. And with this said, I'm ending this introduction of our project, and I'm ending this educational presentation. Thank you for listening. Thank you for viewing. Have a nice day. Have a nice evening, and goodbye.